SS2 blog here again, 30th of May 2018. We're going to follow on with the subject of personal image. We've got a special guest here, Keith, who's here today with Gary, who's going to input as well. Very kind of him. I'd like that to come across on the blog because I believe that the way that Keith works with people is a palette that could be followed. It's a blueprint that other people can pick up on and then say, hey, I want to work that way with people. So I'd like Keith on this for that reason, obviously to input with the subject. So we're going to go around the room and ask people what they think personal image is, and then we're going to quickly look at some kind of strategies we can put in place that will help people to cope. Yeah? So I'm going to start with Trey. Just give us an insight into what you believe personal image is and how it impacts on how you feel. Keith mentioned competence as well.
Yeah. Personal image is how you feel about yourself, and obviously it's very personal because everybody's different, and how confident you are and comfortable you are with yourself. So if you do deal with outside comments or attitudes, you can cope with that much better, and still be able to be yourself without changing to fit in with other people. So personal image is kind of important.
Yeah, Keith touched on a number of times earlier about self, and I believe, should be teaching children to embrace who they are personally as special individuals, because from that I believe that you'll have less problems with personal image later on in adulthood. So I think that is crucial to always be yourself and be comfortable with who you are, whatever comes at you. Thank you, Trey. Nigel, you touched on one earlier about what you believe personal image is.
Just be yourself. Just wear.
So what does being yourself mean to you?
Well, what you want to wear and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your clothing.
If you want to wear something bright, wear it. And if people, someone says something, just they've got the issue, not you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nigel. Lucy, do you want to comment on this subject, or are you quite happy just to leave it? What do you think personal image is? So what about how you dress, Lucy? Do you like to dress nicely? Do you like to wear nice clothes? Yeah, do you find you get a choice to wear what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've done my own clothing now.
That's good, that's good. I mean, Lucy's like one cool chick, isn't she? She's always like laid back. And thank you, Lucy. Keith, I bet you can't remember what you said earlier.
Personal image is how you see yourself, but also how others perceive you as well. And, just to be yourself, really.
If that doesn't happen, what do you think the issues are around that? What could be the problems that come
It could
from?
lead to depression and anxiety, and you're not being who you are, basically. If you're scared that you're going to get a reaction every time you go somewhere, then you're going to sort of like not be yourself, not bring out your true self, and that's harming in a way.
Because you mentioned seclusion, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to expand on that seclusion that you mentioned in relation to issues that you experienced years ago?
Yeah, this was years ago, mind, and I mean that's probably what why I don't always give my own opinion even now.
I think you mentioned that to me about training days, didn't you?
Yeah.
You tended to kind of keep your head down.
Even now I don't tend to 100% give my own opinion. If there's a group discussion, I'm not scared now to sort of like say how I feel or what I believe, but there's still that bit where I'm holding back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that a defence mechanism?
I do as well.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, you do, Gary, as well.
I would
Yeah.
say it is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's your choice to do that. You know, you don't have to enter into something because I think sometimes with that it's because you've experienced responses.
Negativity in
Yeah.
the past, and it sort of like sticks up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you're Homer Simpson, in which case it falls out of the back of your head. Thank you, Keith, for that. Gary, personal image, you did touch on it before and why it was important to you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to just expand on that again about why it's important to you, personal image, and what you believe it is?
I believe people, how people see me, how people, I want to dress what I want. Yep. Jackets. Yep. And, I've been having dreams about that recently.
I think we touched on that some time back when we were sitting, because it's kind of like a regular pattern now, isn't it?
Ah, yeah.
It's coming back, yeah. I
Yeah.
think because the situation is as well, it will take you back.
Yeah.
Because when you go through difficult times, which you are at the moment,
Yeah.
you do tend to hark back to other times, you know, and maybe you found comfort in the past, you know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not the case now. Do you think in your everyday life that you're allowed to be yourself and enjoy what you enjoy, or do you feel restricted?
Sometimes be restricted, and sometimes not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's getting that balance really, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know, and having that choice, because choices come into it as well.
Yeah.
If you make a choice, then you shouldn't be made to feel you're wrong. You can be informed possibly of the downside of that choice.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you choose to wear a particular garment, a jacket or whatever,
Yeah.
and it makes you feel good, then that should be supported.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary. Mark,
Yeah.
what does personal image mean to you, other than wearing your curtains from your bedroom?
Just wear what you want, isn't it? Just wear what you want. You don't have to wear t-shirts all the time, do you?
You do.
No.
So do you feel, Mark, I mean, I think I know the answer to this question
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
you do tend to have pretty much a kind of a free reign and
Yeah,
flexibility to actually wear what you want and choose what you want.
Yeah.
If that was taken away from you and that was controlled by somebody else, how would that make you feel?
I would feel. I would feel happy with that.
Right, that's yeah. Thank you, Mark. So you'd feel happy to have the privilege of choice taken away from you,
What do you mean by that?
right? You're told what to wear. Well, you know, because you've been in the institutionalisation system.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wears
Yeah.
the same thing or whatever, get the same haircuts.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have that choice and that flexibility in what you wore,
Yeah.
it wouldn't make you very happy, would it?
No.
Which is what you didn't say earlier. Thank you, Mark. I gave mine, which is pretty much on the same lines as Keith. I believe it's important that you should have the choice to wear what you want, be who you are, and not feel as though you have to be answerable to other people. So personal image for me is being comfortable with who I am. And we talked about the self, and moving through life in a way where I can cope with anything that comes at me, but I'm still who I am. Yeah? So that's mine. Jen, personal image. What does it mean to you?
I can wear what I want. People can't tell me what to wear.
So it's having choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
No, it's fine, Jen. No, it's fine. That's enough. Now, ever remember what I said I was going to look at after we'd just mentioned what we thought personal image was?
People in wheelchairs.
No, we touched
No,
on
not
that.
just that.
We've
Not
done that
just
in the previous sessions. Keith touched on it. We looked at the different kinds of dress that people wear. We were touched on the Eddie Izzard situation where he chooses to dress, you know, with women's clothing and men's clothing as well. Keith touched on his sexuality and the issues he had around that as he was coming through life and how he dealt with that. Now, people should spend more time, I believe, helping people feel good about themselves. If you can do that and that only, then you've got half a chance of dealing with the problems that come with what you choose to wear. All right? So we're going to look at the coping strategies now. Yeah? Only a small part because we haven't got the luxury of time. The kinds of things, say for instance, you called names when you wore your favourite pink jacket. Yeah? And every time you left the house, someone shouted names at you.
Yeah.
And you went back home later on, or maybe shortly after the name was called, and you felt sad identity confidence, you're quite anxious about it. And he'd actually, I think, again, Keith touched on this, he'd kind of put you in a situation where you wouldn't go out or you wouldn't wear that item. Yeah? What could you do to get over that?
Tell somebody.
You seek support. Yeah, what could that support do?
Away with that person. If they see that person again.
One of the problems is slightly diverse. One of the problem with that is, and I know this, is that isn't dealing with the issue. That's a symptom of the issue. So you go to that person, the bully, the person who's called you names or whatever, yeah. They might listen, they might not listen, but it doesn't deal with how you actually received it, how you felt.
No.
So for me personally, this begins and ends with you. All right. Obviously, if someone's bullying on a regular basis, you would involve somebody else in that. But I think the support people should be working with the person about how they feel about themselves, rather than that particular symptom. Yeah. So
just get the police onto them, couldn't they?
yeah, I mean, police get involved, you know, but they can't get involved in everything, you know. At the end of the day, if you're getting regularly called names, then you have to start looking at how you're dealing with this. Some people aren't strong to deal with it, and it's not going to not upset them, but it begins and ends with you, I believe. That's my opinion. Yeah? So let's look at that situation I mentioned before, where you're going to wear your bestest outfit that's kind of outlandish.
Yeah.
Yeah? It might be a pink jacket for Gary, it might be a floral trouser suit for you, it might be a pair of tartan loon pants for Keith, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get out of the house and you're walking down the high street and someone shouts, "Oh, Spacker, what the hell are you wearing there?" What are you going to do? I'll start with you, Keith.
Ah!
You've got your tartan loon pants on.
Okay, what would you say to them?
No, Jen, we're not talking about what you would say to them. This is about Keith dealing with that situation.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Probably just laugh, I would say.
Yeah.
I was like, what's it got to do with you, what I wear?
What if you couldn't laugh about it? What if it was something that really upset you at that particular moment in time? What could you do?
I don't know that I'd do anything really at the time.
How could you rectify that? Because bear in mind, this is a hypothetical situation, not you. Because you're coming from the standpoint of how Keith would deal with it, aren't you? Yeah? This is a generalisation. How could people without your confidence, yeah, get over that? What could they do about it? Jen mentioned about telling someone. Is that an option?
Yeah.
So what would you expect from that
Talk
person?
about it with other people, I suppose.
Yeah.
And just put that scenario over to other people and discuss how that would make them feel.
Strength in numbers. This is pretty much why we've got these podcasts have been running, Kate, because it's discussing subjects that people don't always get a chance to work on. You know, we're looking at hopefully inspiring people to take up some of these strategies to try to help them themselves, because people that be listening to this and this one will be suffering in some way, shape or form, and you know, they've maybe gone to someone and told them, but they haven't actually sat down with them or with other people and talked about it, you know, because it's not an ideal world, unfortunately. You know, most people, it's, oh well, you know, just walk a different way or catch a different bus. Doesn't work. It's still there
That's
with
your
you. Sorry, try a different route. I mean, I've had them all.
No, well, that's your route. If you got to go down that street every day to work, well, you can't. There's no other way. Well,
Yeah, I'm going to jump to you now, Nigel, because you've experienced a real life scenario. You don't have to mention any names or anything. You encountered two people who live nearby. That every time you walk past them, what happened?
there were the bad comments.
So do you want to tell us and the listeners what you did to deal with that?
Well, I did write down what they were saying, and then I went to one of my friends and told them as well what was going on. Then we went further into the situation where we got the police involved and got them like warned off and stuff like that.
So who instigated that process?
Well, one of me carers. Was it? Yeah.
It's a bit of a calculated guess that now.
Yeah. Was he, my friend Harry.
It got to the point, because I'd said to Nigel, right, okay Nigel, let it ride for a wee bit. I know it's upsetting you, but sometimes these people will just leave you alone and start with somebody else, you know. But quite clearly they had an issue with Nigel and his sticks. I mean, the most ridiculous thing was, these are two people at home on benefits, having to go at him about being on benefits, which I found quite obtuse, really. So I then decided that this was getting too chronic, and this was upsetting Nigel's well-being, so I then took it to the police. Luckily I've got a good relationship with the police. They then went to these two people, had words with them and threatened them that if you continue with this, we're going to take it further.
Yeah.
You know? Do you want to just quickly say how it made you feel, Nigel?
Well, it felt like sad and stuff, and like, well, depression or something.
You were very anxious.
Yeah, anxious, and I was feeling dead low and stuff, and didn't want to go out anywhere and stuff like that.
You became quite insular and quite secluded, is what Keith mentioned
I was
earlier.
going to say that.
And my worry was he was going to end up back to where he was, trapped in his flat, and that would have been a massive issue.
Yeah.
So I decided that I needed to get this thing moving quickly and, you know, get it dealt with, because sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes it does peter out, but you can't leave people with those feelings because it's not good for them, it's detrimental. Trey, the situation that we discussed about going out with your floral trouser suit on down the high street, and again, like with Keith, don't take it from you as a person what you would do, just think, right, what could we put in place that would help people to cope with that?
Well, one, if you want to walk down the street and, you know, whatever clothes you want, bright, patterned, whatever, one, you want to do that. You want to be comfortable with that. I think sometimes people do wear things to make a statement, or they think, oh, that's great, I'm going to, you know, wear something like that, and it backfires on them because they're not comfortable in themselves. So it has to be something you'd really want to do. If people are saying things to you, talking to somebody about how you feel about that, and how you can change how you feel about that. Because in the end it is about the other person, that's their issue. And how do you know, you have to give it back to them, not verbally sometimes or in any other way, just emotionally say, well, actually, that's your problem, not mine. I'm happy, I'm great how I am. I do what I want for me. So it's talking through with somebody so they can help you understand that, and you feel comfortable and confident in how you feel.
Yeah.
'Cause it does get to you when people say things. You know, there's people around you.
Yeah, it's not, thanks Trey, it's not wrong to be anxious and sad and fearful and you know, lose a bit of confidence. What is wrong, if you have someone in your system is leaving them with those feelings, that's wrong. Yeah? If you receive money to provide a service for people, you should be on the ball with that. You don't leave them alone.
No.
Yeah? Strike a chord, Gary? Yeah, well, anything that affects your client's well-being, you have to be on the ball with that. Yeah? You get together, you talk with the person first.
Yeah.
You look at the things you can do together to help that person. And this isn't rocket science, this is a proper social care provision. Yeah? If you believe someone is getting bullied on a regular basis, get in there quickly and start to work with it. Yeah? Talk to them. Like Keith mentioned about having open discussions with people that probably struggle with that themselves as well. You know, how can we... I mean, this simple thing, I know this probably sounds a bit obtuse, but even getting your mate to come and meet you, to go for that cuppa with your outfit on, you know? You're not actually having a security guard with you, it just maybe makes you feel a bit more confident if that person's with you. They might be wearing a similar kind of outfit, you know? And I know I mentioned about safety in numbers, but sometimes in order to get over that hurdle to do it yourself, you have to look for support.
You have support, don't you?
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with looking for that support. It's not a weakness, you know? It's actually a major strength if you're able to go to someone and say, hey, I need some help. I'm not coping here. Yeah? So, we're going to go to Gary now, who's wearing some purple tartan loon pants. Probably loaned them off.
Oh,
Keith.
that.
Yeah. And you're gonna go out for a paper in Flimby, and you go into the shop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and someone starts shouting at you, which you've probably had in that area. What would you do, Gary? How would you cope with it?
Pay no attention to them.
Yeah, I mean that's probably one that's written in the script about paying no attention. It's quite well documented. Just ignore them,
Yeah.
and they keep shouting at you, and you're still ignoring them, and they keep shouting at you. Now, anybody with a fight or flight system is going to be well wound up, you know, and fear, the heart's going, you know. So although I accept what you're saying, Gary. That won't always work.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they keep on shouting at you before you get to the shop. What are you going to do?
Get the police.
Yeah, I suppose you could do. I mean, the chances of the police coming to someone like that are pretty slim, especially the resources and that they haven't got. How would you cope with it yourself, though, Gary? Because how would it make you feel? Shouting names out. You actually like these pants because you've chosen them,
Oh, yeah.
and they're calling you all kinds of names. You know, look at them stupid pants. How's it going to make you feel?
With that stupid jacket on.
Stupid jacket on, yeah.
Oh,
Stupid haircut.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid beard. Stupid Knight Rider.
Hey,
That makes me feel upset.
Yeah, the first thing,
Wound up.
when you come back,
Yeah.
is what Keith said, is you find someone, whether it be Keith or whatever, and you ask them if they've got a mate to sit down with you and
Oh,
talk you
yeah,
through.
yeah.
That's the first step. Get it out in the open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Thank you, Gary. Mark,
aye,
you're wearing your curtains
aye,
in Workington Town Centre, and people are shouting, "Oh!
I need
What are you wearing curtains for?"
I need some curtains.
He'd probably go, "Oi! Independent living! Who dressed you this morning?" That's a classic, that, isn't it? You know, who dressed you this morning? That's the question.
but I take no notice what people says. Aye.
So you're telling me then when people call you names and they shout at you, it doesn't upset you?
No,
It's taking something. You've been to me a number of times and said about people calling you names, yeah, and it upset you. Now you've probably forgotten because you don't remember much. I'll tell you. Yeah, because you used to, you go up in a suit and a shirt and that, don't you, tie? Yeah. And then you met me and Trey one day and we were calling you names. How did it make you feel?
That policeman stopped.
And you stood outside that shop.
They thought actually that Mark worked for the shop.
Yeah.
I was stood outside in his suit.
Oh, it was so funny, Mark. I
It
really
was
enjoyed
a
that.
nice suit, like.
Who haven't we asked?
Me?
Jen,
If
You-
I wore what?
you're wearing your floral trouser suit, the same as Trey, and then somebody starts calling your names just outside your flat. What are you going to do?
I would ignore them first. And then if they kept going on, I'll just get the police. Or I'll just get my carer, sit down and talk to my carer about it. And see if she can sort anything out from me.
Jen's remembered the script.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if they can't sort it out, I just won't go out, I'll just stop in the house. I won't go out with that suit on again. Because it'll just upset me more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not the pathway we'd like you to go down, and I think this brings Keith in again where he said about, talking about it and discussing it, because actually it'd be detrimental to become secluded and isolated and then not wear that garment again. That would only compound the anxiety and the fear and the sadness, but that's something that obviously all staff teams should be trained to do. Spend that quality time with people and talk through it and then look at strategies. How can we best do this? Tell you what, let's me and you go for a cuppa with your
Yeah.
suit on,
Yeah.
and do that on a regular basis. And it might be these idiots would not do that, or they'll just go and pick on somebody else. Might just peter away.
So I ignored one person started on it last week on the bus there. And I ignored them, and they had them more. If you ignore them.
It's a commonality within the world of mental health, learning disability, autism, bullying. It's a massive, and most times it's swept under the carpet. I know that for a fact. You know, I've sat in on meetings where it's almost been that the bullies get the support and the poor victims left, you know, high and dry. Or they've got to sit in the same room with them to talk it through. You know, if someone has habitually bullied you for quite a long period of time, you're not going to sit in a room and feel comfortable.
No.
It's only going to compound the anxiety. So I think it's about empowerment for yourself and your support staff,
Yeah.
enriching you in a way, and Keith mentioned this, where you can feel good about yourself. Yeah, and you can roll with the punches better than if you feel good about yourself and you feel confident. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I think that for me is the starting point of any strategy with someone. Because make no bones about this, if you're in the world of LDD, autism, mental health, or if you like wearing outlandish gear, you're going to be in there. You're prime meat for the bullies. You know, and it won't go away. You can't ignore it. It's always going to be there. And you're left with the feelings. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's about, I think, empowerment and becoming stronger yourself emotionally. Okay, so that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks. Check it out on the SS2 blog. And bear in mind, we've got special guest Keith on there. You can listen to his thoughts as well. We should have recorded the first thing he said because it was very articulate.
It was.
And very honest as well. So thank you all.